What's going on, guys? Happy New Year's. Um, I got some good news. It's up and running. Got a couple bugs, which we'll go over just a little bit. And hope everybody had a good Christmas because we kind of just quit. Like I said, I just been enjoying my time. All right, so we have successfully ran basic. So we're going to catnip. This is going to be fixed very soon. So when the project is completed, there's really no task to do. My projects, catnip. We got our 8 files here, and I also want to reorganize how this works because if this is my project, I kind of want to get into the files from the project. Let me show you the Constitution. This is exactly what it was supposed to do. A minimal. 1 second. It's been a little minute. Yeah, I told it to create a simple, basic index that HTML that says hello world. What we're gonna do looks like right here. Let me go full screen. See, that download has to be available. We're gonna download it. Go ahead and extract it. Go into it. Open with Google. We have our simple hello world. I know this is like, wow, what? It's a hello world, of course. But one thing with this program, building it and having to rebuild it with React, let me show you. I want to show you how many things that we list every file that we found poison in. If you can remember, or if you even watched the videos when I started doing this, Gemini had poisoned the project, and that is what took the greatest delay. That's why I didn't stream anything. I didn't have any updates, because the whole thing was finding the poison. So what Gemini ended up doing when it poisoned the project, it went in and told the project to, in every instance where it was supposed to call another file, Gemini had it to where it would never call the other file. It would use a mock fallback or sabotage logic. So the reason it kept taking so long to determine what was going on was because it didn't use any of the files. It didn't use any of them. In every spot a file was supposed to be, hang on. Sorry about that. So with every call that it was supposed to say, do this function, which that function would be in a file, it recreated things and called them simple. So for example, and you can see 35 files had this sabotage in there. And this is where we can list out what everything was. They it put so many fallbacks in here that you would have never figured out what was going wrong because it had coded the failures into the system, and then it would get the system to pretty much you never would have known it, because it would act as if it was doing what the file was supposed to do. So for example, config manager. Config manager is it's a lot in that file. It went into the workflow controller and told it there was no config manager. Actually, it's kind of hard to explain. It did a fallback. So it would say, hey, if you go look for the config manager and this specific thing it knew was not in there, as a fallback, use a simple config manager. Use a simple bootstrap. Use a simple workflow controller. It never was calling any of these files. And this is where it says, like here, it tells you it was using fake training logs. It was doing simulated database checks. It returns true. It was returning true for everything that was false and false for everything that was true. It was just, it really, like I said, 35 files. It was 35 files. See, look, the fake LLM call and a sabotage fix. It made it to where the variable was none. It would never work. It did a mock error dictionary. It took away, it hard coded strings, time of day based dynamic. Like, it was going so far in. It was just, it's why we couldn't get images, because they hard coded the URLs. I wouldn't trust Gemini inside of my stuff as far as like that, in that sense. And it just, like I said, it slowed everything down. So what we're gonna do, since we have already passed this test and I've taken 2 Benadryl, I've been up all day barbecuing, remodeling the kitchen. So it's gonna be a short video. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and just try to do something much more complex. Create a responsive calculator application. Right, we'll tell it to launch. Project not found. Refresh and try again. I don't really understand why it says that. So we got a few bugs still need to get out of there. Let's go ahead and hit start building. Development started. That is so funny. He is set to catnip, and I think this is because we got all of that fixed. Let me go into incognito, because I haven't been on this computer at all in a long time. Want to go down and check everything running. Neural core is active. We got our docs coming in. Also, like I said, you'll be able to access the API, which there is an API, so that you can integrate or implement this into your own things and use the power of it. These are all the agents that we have. That's the orchestration, the resolver. We haven't had any errors because it keeps constantly being, it's been reset. I'm not sure why someone would be able to do that there. So let me take that into account. Like I said, I've been so focused on getting it to work. The front end should not give guests or users the ability to have the autonomous error resolver do a scan or pause it. Like, that don't really make sense to me. Let's see the business load. We stripped all of the fake activities that were going on in here, stripped all of those out. Obviously, you know, why are we putting enable buttons on here? Why are, okay, so we'll just put like this. Shouldn't I give guest users the ability to enable ability to enable services? Right, like I said, I haven't been to any of these in a while. It's a lot going on the back end. Okay, active learning mode is supposed to be training. I definitely have to look in that. Yeah, so this is from all the tests that we've done. Okay. Okay. And make sure we got our terms of service. Everything is in here. Privacy policy. API references. This is the actual API to use the program or to build on top of it or utilize it. Going to get these because someone else had asked me this stuff right here. Again, it was all mocked at the time. Needs to have true functionality. Yeah, somebody asked me about a Discord a while ago. I just been too busy to be getting into all of that. All right, so let's log in. And let's try this again. So the calculator is active. Start building. Okay. All tasks have been completed. Create a simple basic index.html. Okay. Now we got it. Now we got it to where it's getting stuck. Stop. Let me put this in real quick. See. Okay, all right, my bad. Cause I said I'm on another machine. So I want to just go see what it's doing anyways. So it just wrote another hello world. There is also an issue with create a responsive calculator application. See, it even says it right there. But when we go to dashboard, oh, that's exactly what it did. It's stuck on the last thing that I was just doing. System settings, got DeepSeek. I might though, Jim. Yeah, I might. I don't know. Yeah. My personal settings. We got all that cleaned up. Still need to do interface mode. Yeah, this will work now. I'm sorry, HTML. The other part we need to do is organize the interface of it, because there's some parts still that are kind of confusing to me. Development loop has already stopped. And this is where I see a new problem I haven't seen as far as getting rid of projects. Here. Okay. All right. So we're gonna try this again. Calculator 2. If it does the same thing and says index.html, project not found, please refresh. And I think that's the issue there. Create a basic simple index.html. All right, now it's doing it, working. See, it's switching back and forth between creating that hello world, and even here it's back at calculator. So calculator 2. And let's check the description. If it comes back and says a basic index.html, which is not saying it now, so that definitely points to when the project is created, that it's not clearing out the states to get rid of the other one. So it says it has done it, and we still got the same thing going on here. So we'll go here. It says there's 7 files. Let's hit a refresh. Hello world, no matter what. So we're just gonna hop around a few times and see. See, that one's got 8 files. New project, hello world. Yeah. Let me look at the README. So the README says one thing. Yeah. So for sure. Yeah, so that's gonna be something it definitely fix. Because if it's taking a old project, and I'm not sure why I can't delete them all of a sudden. Yeah. So we got a few things that have to be still switched, and I hate that it's doing that right now in the middle of trying to get it to work as it should. Hang on 1 second. All right. All right, it's gonna come through with that. Okay. Let me go down real quick. Oops. I'm gonna open that. All right, so I just need to reread what just happened. Switching projects, the system updates the project name and ID in the app state, but it doesn't properly update the project description or other metadata. This causes the system to use the old project data when starting development. Okay, we've updated the switch. setting, Clajama. Let me get Control C real quick. And there's one other thing that's going on. Oh yeah. When a new project is created, it says, sorry, that project can't be found. Then says project created. All right, so I'm gonna let that run. Clajama manager.sh. Okay, bang, bang, bang. All right, so this is the Clajama manager. We're just gonna go ahead and run through it a little bit. Make sure everything is as it should be. While that's happening, it says that it has fixed the issue with the app state, which is changing the name. Oh man, that Benadryl is gonna take me out. But you know, want to make sure, I wasn't getting quit. Never quit. Hit a restart. Server's already running. Yes. And now we got to get to the deployment. I know I've said this many, many times. This program has already worked before. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, healthy, everything was good. I don't want to run that again. It seems like it's probably ready to go. But I do. We'll hit 0. We'll come out of here. LS. Just double checking. And let's see. Here we go. See, now it's doing it. Now it's doing it to where I can go and do the deletion. Project not found, or you don't have permission. And this could be because I've deleted this, and then we have a retry on the port all over again. Delete. Okay. Let me add it to the list. Projects can't be deleted. Crazy once I go to show y'all what the fix. All right, we're gonna try this again. Calculator 3. Create a responsive and it's gonna do one more restart on the other side. Responsive and modern calculator app. See, project not found. Please refresh. Then all of a sudden, project is found. This, to me, isn't that good. All right, let's see what it says down here. If it says anything. All right, so starting the inception for the responsive and modern calculator app. Planner's creating a roadmap. And we'll just hope that we don't get an error. And responsive. Yeah, so it's running. As long as hopefully we don't get any fallbacks. Okay, yeah. So when a fallback happens, when it whatever the task is, if there's an issue with how it's formatted or anything like that, it's gonna go ahead and just pass it to the developer and just give him the raw answer, and he has to kind of go, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Building. Yep, and then the very last thing, depending on what we get from this run, because like I said, the only run I've been able to do since, like I said, 35 files were poisoned. Got that cleaned out. Been burning tokens like a madman. But we'll just have to see, because on the other side, I also want to put a timer so I can see how long it's taking to build these projects. And I think with other tools I've used, it can be 5 to 10 minutes. Say, hey, come back, or we'll send you a email when it's done. You know. But I do want to see what is going on. But I feel on this other device I got, if I hit the wrong button, that Benadryl finna take me out of here. All right, so we're gonna go into the virtual environment. All right. And I'm just gonna run a journal. All right, the resolver found one issue. Health details. So see, I've been trying to figure out why my resolver hasn't been working, and it's all from the sabotage. Let me add. Let's just hit the file explorer real quick. See if we can see anything happen. Add workflow control. Workflow. App. Database. Yeah, and that's why it stopped. Yeah, I would have been done with that by now. Right. Yeah, it's something on the other side. See, all the projects are gone. Go out. Yeah. Yeah, so I wouldn't believe any of that stuff, because what's happening is I actually got it running on this side right here. Control C. It just shut down the app. Let's see, run /Clajama manager. All right, so let's hit a start. Oh boy. Oh, that Benadryl. Oh, that Benadryl. That Benadryl ain't no joke. then we need to go ahead and add the Clajama manager. And what I really think we can do, I'm finna restart the server because I've been at this for hours, and it could be a bad cache. We're gonna run sudo reboot. Oops. See, I'm using my phone, and that's what's really messing me up. Reboot. Disconnect. It should be dead because there is no server. If it loads, all right. I think that's what it is. It's just a bad cache. All right, so we back. And every restart, it automatically will go back through. Calculated 3. Is this? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. So you still need to be able to delete. And it does this. It does this every time. Please make sure you're connected. Even if we retry, we go back in, you got the same error every time. Let's try it with the first one. Same error every time. Back end disconnected. So go ahead and pull out my handy dandy notebook. Alright. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm tired. Alright, I got another 10-15 minutes. So let's go ahead and get in here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add database. Main.py. We need the workflow controller. We need the task manager. Let me pull up the developer menu. All right. Okay, we're gonna put all this in here. We need to also add the source slash star.jsx. Oh, it's app database. All right. And so we got all our pages in here. Main.jsx. Alright, so let's take this out. And they're already in the chat. Double check. I might be looking at the wrong spot. Alright, so my brain finna just what? Let's see. Oh my Oh, my neck. All right, let me run in the file. Okay. All right. You got everything. All right. Yeah, I had to learn about. There's no back end. This actually can go. I do some cleaning. We have projects, so that can go. Mm-hmm. Components. That's my fault. Stupid. Source components. Source components. Star.jsx. Alright, that should pull all them in. We probably at the limit with our tokens. Which they should, we should run out any minute now. But I got some more on backup. Again, donate. I definitely am trying to make this free. I definitely want to make it to where you can bring your own key, and I definitely want to make it to where you have your own files. So next thing we need to do now, projects can't be deleted. Other thing is, also, as soon as we open the my projects page, the back end has an error. Paste. Right. Add project. All right. I'm gonna take everything here. Copy. Skip all over. Oh, way over the token limit. Try to proceed anyway. No. So, honestly, source. So and drop source components. All right, we back. So from the note is projects page. So let's add source component / project. All right. The front end autonomous has errors over as source components auto errors over. Then I give users business. Communities. So what else? And the project page. So let's just take all of this. Still too high. I know exactly what it is too. It's that workflow controller. That's a lot of code in that thing. It's a mono. Let's go ahead and clear out. Run that back. 103. Oof. Oh man. I'll just drop project controller. Yeah, let's just run with it. It's been long. Okay, autonomous error should not allow guests to use control, scan, or pause. The business center should not allow guests to see new services. Community page need real functionality. Project deletion should be projects deletion should be disabled. Back in this error. So let me reiterate that from 100. The user should be able to delete their projects. We only get a backend error. No one of 1,000 tokens already. Okay. Alright, make sure disable controls for not perfect, disable service toggles, perfect, area face backend connection error. Keep enabled. You clarify users should be able to delete their own part. Why wouldn't you want somebody to delete their stuff? Alright, so I'm gonna go through disable those controls that we was looking at. If you don't know what controls we're talking about, we don't want anyone to just walk up here and pause the surgeon or do another manual scan. That would be crazy. This dude just be screaming. I'm finna switch to something. Yeah, I'm cooked, man. I'm going to sleep. Add in all my. Oh yeah, okay. Just going in there and searching for the fake stuff, and it's going to place. Now let's show that these shows. Add the model for discussions. That way people can talk about it, but I prefer it just all be on the same server. Yeah. Y'all sent him a big spot. Hey man, I ain't taking the Benadryl for maybe 6 months, really. Dude, I'm sorry, keep that. I can't hang in there. All right, add API endpoints for community. Man, I'm finna pass out. But I can't have this thing running and I don't know what it's doing. And then I just click. All right, so once again, after we get these changes, that should be gone. And these should be gone. We don't want anybody to be able to do that. I really just wanted to capture us making this calculator. It's gonna be over the limit almost. My God. Ooh, yeah, we go put this. Ooh. Oh man, I got a heater on me now. Love it. I be like, look at me now. I need to pop. I'm super black. Yeah, I know. Bro, I'm so tired. I just answered myself. Ladies and gentlemen, Benadryl is not good for you. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to take that route with it because that's what causes an issue. So what I want to do is I want to drop these, and then what I want to add is the Clajama manager. Let's enhance. Enhance. Oh my God, I'm tired. We should be able to delete our project. Yeah. Why are you doing that? I'm just gonna see if we can hit a refresh. I mean, I know we gotta rebuild it. Oh my God. Sorry. Clicking the button I'm already on. Good. Yeah. The only way I could do anything would be to go backwards. And oh man, I don't even know what the question is, man. Oh yeah, my bad. Source. Reactivate that. Oh my God. It's good, Jama. Okay. Now Okay. Yeah, let's go see if we can see it on the front end. Enable admin. That's a cheesy way to do that. I mean, it did exactly what I asked it to do. I can't really be upset. But active admin control. Um. Yeah, let's look at what you got going on. No. What I want to do. You this one. God, my brain is fried right now, and he's still kicking. All right, we're gonna do it like this. Um, you you wound up leaving the button on the front end that say admin only, etc., etc. These things are not for the user slash guest at all. 126, so I know we can't go no further than that. Clear out. 14. Who's taking up all the space? So, oh yeah, drop start up by. Oh. I'm so tired. Yeah, there we go. We can work with 109. But yeah, I see what they try to do, but we don't need those things on the front end. Let's see if we can get something. Let's see if we can take this one. Oh, here go the deployment features. Dang, I forgot. Why would that be in? I don't comprehend that. But you see now it says the back end is connected. Here, yeah. Let's go view them all. Yeah, the back end is working now. It's not saying it's disconnected. We definitely gotta work on this because calculator 3 is already gone permission. So, I'm gonna do one last run. I don't want none of that. Skip all of that. Oh man, /manager. Oops. And 14. No such table. Project members. I gotta go back to that. So we're just gonna save this. Because at this point, my brain is not working. Now I know where this is at though. Let's try one more. Let's try one more. All right, it's gonna give us that warning. Let's see. Oh my god. Let's see. When creating, it says this first. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Then this. Products on desktop. Clajama issues. Save that. I'm gonna see what's gonna say. I told him 1,000 times. Yeah, that's not even this project. Oof. Boy. Yeah, it's the project switch. But hopefully tomorrow we'll have some real action in. Like I said, it worked for me earlier. And see, it looks like it did delete all my projects. But then again, it don't. I gotta log out. Man, that heater hot. Oh yeah, back end just crashed. So what we working on the other window